All right, so these are my four golden nuggets from the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. It's less about habits and it's more so about different mindsets that you should adopt and embrace in your life to be a happy, successful, and overall effective person in your personal life, in your professional life, in your relationships, in your career. My first golden nugget is change starts from the inside out. Right, one of the biggest points that Covey hit is you cannot change your life by focusing on the problems that you want to change. Right, you have to focus on fixing yourself first because all real change starts from the inside out. If you're having a hard time, if you're having a lot of arguments with your significant other or your spouse, you have to focus on changing yourself first. If you're struggling with your career, if you're struggling with your boss, if your boss is giving you a hard time, if you're not accomplishing your goals, to focus on yourself first. Focus on changing your response to your problems rather than changing your problems. There are no real permanent outside-in solutions to any problem. The only way to fix your problems is from the inside out. All change starts from the inside out. Change is an inside-out process. That's the first golden nugget. The second golden nugget is be proactive. Don't be reactive. Don't just react to all the situation that life hands you. Be proactive in the way that you respond to your circumstances. And the way that you do that is you have to distinguish the difference and know the difference between your circle of concern and your circle of influence. The outside circle here is your circle of concern. And those are all the things that you cannot change. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it that you couldn't change if you wanted to. Those are the things that you can't control. The inside circle is your circle of influence. Those are the things that you do have control over, things that you can change, and things that you can manipulate and change by changing yourself. That's your circle of influence. So the way to be proactive in the way that you respond to your circumstances is focus on what you can change and then change it. Focus on your circle of influence and take your attention off the circle of concern, all of the things that you can't change. That's the second golden nugget. Third golden nugget is live a principle-centered life. One of the hugest topics he wrote about is knowing what your core principles are, knowing what you stand for, knowing what you believe in, knowing what kind of person you want to be, and posting up those core principles on your wall somewhere. And if you have a family, collaborate with your family, come up with a set of core principles, a family mission statement for your family, and post that up on your living room. And that's so important because principles are the only thing that you can always rely on to guide you, to motivate you, and direct your life. If you rely on other people, if you rely on your culture, your economy, the city you're in, it's not going to be reliable. You can't depend on those things, but principles you can always depend on. Eric Thomas says, at the end of your feelings is nothing, but the end of every principle is a promise. At the end of every principle is a promise that you'll be successful, that you'll be happy, that you'll be healthy, and that you'll accomplish your goals. You have to depend on principles and not on other people or outside situations because you can always rely on principles to guide you, direct you, and motivate you to getting to where you want to go in your life. My fourth golden nugget is know the difference between what's important and what's urgent. Know the difference between urgent stuff and important stuff, and then do the important stuff first. Urgent stuff is work-related and client-related responsibilities like projects with deadlines and phone calls that you need to answer and text messages and emails that you need to answer, stuff that needs your attention now, right? But it's not necessarily important. Important stuff includes stuff like going to the gym, working on yourself, developing yourself, connecting with like-minded people, reading books, motivating yourself, watching instructional, educational, motivational videos, knowing what your goals are, goal setting, anything that's related to self-development is important. So you have to know what's important and know what's urgent and try your best to take your attention off the urgent stuff and focus on doing the important stuff first. Put first things first. So those are my four golden nuggets from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. As you can see, I put page markers everywhere. I really enjoyed this book. I got a lot of value from it. It was written in 1989. It's exactly 26 years old. It's exactly as old as I am. It's a classic. A lot of self-help authors, a lot of inspirational, motivational, successful people rely on this book for advice. I absolutely recommend that you should read it.